Hello, I'm Elif and this is a recap for the first episode of the series Love Undercover, 24 hours after Turkey and before dubbed for TV. When Ece and Onur jump down from the top of the building, Ece exclaims with a touch of clumsiness, "The necklace is missing." Onur scolds her, and before anyone grows suspicious, they join the others who have gathered anxiously in front of the hotel. G1 is irritated and frustrated by this carelessness. Hilal blames Ece for G1's current state and criticizes her food choices. Ece asks about G1's condition, while Onur looks at her angrily. Hilal says to Onur, "I wish we could have spent the night together." Ece gazes at the two of them in astonishment. After the others leave, Onur places his coat on Ece's shoulders, and they set off together in search of the missing necklace. A little later, they spot the necklace hanging on a tree branch in front of the Angolan embassy, a country known for diamond smuggling. Onur tells Ece angrily that from now on, he will handle everything himself and leave her alone. Back at home, Onur recalls Ece's attention toward G1 and becomes upset. At that moment, Ece, unable to stay alone due to her fear of Hazer, her former boss, comes to Onur's house and tells him that the first place that came to her mind was his place. After a brief pause, Onur asks Ece, "Do you like G1?" Ece is taken aback and asks, "Why do you ask?" After a moment of hesitation, Onur says, "We shouldn't let emotions get in the way of the mission. They can mislead people." Late at night, while Onur is swimming, he notices Ece smiling at him from a distance. Ece waves her hand at him from afar, but Onur, who doesn't understand the meaning of Ece's actions, looks puzzled. The next morning, Onur wakes up to find Ece has prepared an elaborate breakfast and is smiling. Before eating, Onur asks Ece why she took off Elif's necklace, and after some thought, Ece says, "Elif might be my sister. When we were in the orphanage, she was adopted as a foster child." She shows him a photo where Elif is in the arms of someone holding a ring, which Ece stole from G1's safe. Onur realizes that Ece had approached Hilal to enter the Coral household. Ece explains, "If I hadn't stolen, I wouldn't have found my sister." Onur tells Ece that he can help her recognize DNA sooner, and Ece is relieved. In Onur's office, Ece hands over a hair strand for a test, and Onur caresses her hair, smelling it, and says, "No, you do it." Then, Onur asks Ayla to send Ece's hair to the lab. And Ayla becomes worried. News reaches G1 that no cameras recorded last night's events, causing him distress. Hilal tells G1 he can remember the face of the man who drugged him. Hilal tells this to Onur, and Onur, who realizes that Mali hadn't worn a mask, shouts in anger and rushes off, hoping to confuse Hilal's mind. However, he fails in his attempt, and Hilal describes Malia's face accurately for the sketch artist. Onur and Ece's team, posing as a filmmaking group, head to the Angolan embassy, claiming they intend to make a film about the country. Contrary to Onur's orders, Ece surreptitiously leaves her phone and earpiece in the embassy courtyard and finds the tree from which the necklace is hanging. She asks Onur to lift her up to reach it. As Ece takes off the necklace, Onur playfully says, "I could kiss you out of happiness." Ece smiles at him and he adds, "Just kidding, it slipped out." On the other side, a man named Hazer, involved in drug and weapon smuggling, visits G1. Understanding that G1 is facing financial problems, he offers cooperation once again. G1 firmly refuses, saying he won't repeat this business anymore. Hazer bids a threatening farewell to G1, and Hilal listens to their conversation from behind a door. Ece visits Mustafa, presenting a stolen piece of jewelry from the previous night's event, suggesting it could help silence Hazer. When Mustafa realizes Ece stayed at Onur's place, he asks if she has feelings for him. Ece denies it but smiles, saying she trusts him and feels safe with him. Meanwhile, Ayla notices a change in Onur's behavior towards Ece and asks if he has feelings for her. Onur denies it. Mustafa and Ayla advise Ece and Onur not to fall into the trap of emotions. In the office, G1 calls Ece and asks her to have dinner with him. Ece makes an excuse and says she'll let him know later. To prove a point to his aunt, Onur claims he doesn't have any feelings for Ece and advises her, "Go. Use G1's interest to your advantage and talk to him." Ejeh becomes upset but can't say anything and reluctantly agrees. Hilal approaches Ji-won and tells him about Haze's proposal, suggesting that Ji-won should accept it. Ji-won responds, "You don't understand what you're talking about." Hilal insists, "Whether it's about the jewels or something else, haven't we been doing the same thing all along? Just doing it once could solve our problem." Angrily, Ji-won orders Hilal to leave. On the other side, Onur goes to see Ejeh to discuss their planned meeting with Ji-won. Ejeh gets closer to Onur and says, "Are you not upset at all? I'm getting myself ready. I'm going to see Ji-won. I'll have a good time with him." Onur responds, "Why would I be upset? You're just a part of this operation, like anyone else." Shortly after, as Ejeh comes out prepared for her meeting with Ji-won, Onur sees her and remarks, "A little overdressed, aren't you? I told you to catch Ji-won's attention, not the whole world's." Back at the Corral's house, when Hilal realizes that Ejeh is going out with Ji-won, she immediately calls Onur to inform them. However, Onur makes an excuse to dismiss her. The result of the DNA test reaches Ayla, and she understands that Ejeh and Elif are sisters. Ejeh goes to meet Ji-won, and throughout the meeting, Onur watches them with frustration. Ejeh skillfully captures Ji-won's attention, and Ji-won becomes completely captivated by her. Unable to tolerate the situation, Onur walks out of the van. A little later, Ejeh goes to the restroom and there informs Onur's team that Ji-won has no secrets. She asks, "What should I do if Ji-won wants to go somewhere else?" Onur replies, "It's your decision. It's not our concern. It's your personal life." Disheartened, Ejeh turns off the microphone and Onur regrets his words. Shortly after, passengers from a car parked in front of the restaurant step out and follow Ji-won and Ejeh. One of them shouts, "Hazer sends his regards," and pulls out his weapon. Despite knowing the operation is in jeopardy, Onur approaches Ejeh, throws himself in front of her to shield her from the bullet, gets shot, and falls to the ground. Ejeh looks at Onur with fear and calls out to him,